เดี๋ยวเธอขับรถชนประตูฉันเป็นห่วงเธอจริงนะถ้าเธอตอนนี้เธอฟังอยู่นะค่อยๆดื่มน้ำตามแล้วก็อย่าพูดว่าตั้งสติแล้วคิดอยู่ข้างถ้าใครมีเพื่อนอยู่ข้างกายไอ้บอกกับมันเลยว่ากูไม่สบายเพื่อนฝรั่งบอกกูให้ไม่ใช่ว่าอยากเสียหายแต่ตอนนี้I'm gonna die Maria 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 Yes you drunk Maria 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 Yes you drunk Stop right now ไว้หรือเปล่า Stop right now นัดเดียวยาว Stop right now Let me go home with you
Good evening to all.
Good
Kinsman.
evening to all.
Yeah, that's
How
right.
How are you? That's a very a different opening, a formal opening here.
You wanted a ringer, a zinger
yeah,
right off the bat?
Zinger right off the bat. Getting set for the roast coming up.
That's
April.
right. We're
Ed the Sock.
We're
Yeah.
live from Studio 67 in downtown Timmins.
Yes, we are.
The window is open. You can't
Yeah,
see
it
it,
is
but it
open.
is.
It is.
I can see how dirty Mark's car is from here.
You can.
No, same amount
Well-
of care in your car as in your office, I would say. Same
Well,
level.
I'm one of those, why waste a car wash when it's just going to get dirty the next day? I'm
Right.
one of those guys.
Right. Then why eat if you're going to get hungry the next day?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So why don't you introduce our amazing guests?
Yes.
And we got a few guests here.
Yes,
by the
we
way, here,
do.
Kinsman.
We're going to talk about our guests on the coffee table in just a few seconds. But first of all, we want to welcome to Studio 67 tonight a winner from Girona's Board and Kelly Lawyers and Boost Your Business. It's Tracy Coscamp Bergeron.
Correct.
From the Alzheimer Society, Cochrane, Temiskaming, Timmins, Porcupine. And here you are in the hot seat tonight.
Here I am again. I think this is the fourth time.
This your fourth time?
Once virtual during the pandemic.
Yeah, during
and
the
then
pandemic.
This is the third time here, or maybe twice virtual. I don't know. We're good friends.
Two
We're
virtuals,
friends.
two in-persons.
Yeah, that's
Let's just say you're infatuated with us. You love us.
Give it
we
up there.
we love your
So
organization.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Infatuated.
Yeah,
Infatuated.
I'm getting
What a word.
those are big words for
Yeah, that's right.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we're really honored actually to be the winner for this week, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a really nice boost and brought some excitement even into our office. So what am I going to talk about?
There you
Yeah.
go. And again, you brought
some
some friends to chat about.
Yep.
And again, we'll talk about these friends. Well, let's talk about them.
Let's
Again,
talk about them.
They're companion pets.
Companion
Yes.
pets. So we've decided that we're going to call this cat Meredith Grey in
Okay.
honor of football this weekend, the Super Bowl, because Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map. So we do have to say that. So these pets are, like you said, companion pets. These are ordered through a company called Joy for All, and they're amazing for people who are living with a diagnosis of dementia. They're very interactive and responsive, and our cat here,
You can.
there.
It makes
So-
noise.
It makes noise.
There it is.
It purrs. It
you can
will
brush
roll
it?
over.
We'll get
You
Ronnie
can
to
brush
clear
it.
the comment before we get a full view. There we go.
There you go. So
There
that's
you go.
Meredith. Meredith
so this
the
is
cat.
Meredith Grey.
Yeah.
These cats cost about $165. We tend to have a few usually in our office, and we let families try them. So some people become nonverbal when they have a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease or dementia, and they may have had a pet. And so when they get this cat, they start to talk to the cat.
And it brings back
And
memories.
it brings all of that
Yeah.
back. And it's about caregiving, and it's they're incredibly therapeutic. We do have cats and dogs, but definitely the cats, I would say, are the most responsive. And she's got lots to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very,
You
very
can-
talkative.
You can
No
have
kidding.
the meow on, or you can have the meow off and just have it interactive. If you walk by, it'll turn its head and look at you. We have some of these, like I said, in our office for people to borrow and see if they like it. And then we would ask for a donation back just to cover the cost. But we don't ever want that to be a barrier for somebody. So if it is something that works really well for the family and they can't afford it, that's not a problem. We wouldn't ask for that back.
And there's animals are a beautiful thing, right? And therapeutic's probably the biggest word. There is a sense of comfort, and some lucky viewer tonight is going to be
Yeah,
taking
someone's gonna win this.
Meredith
Yes.
Grey home.
Yeah,
And
Meredith Grey is
sometimes
coming home.
when I tell,
See? Once it's belly
Once it's
rubbed.
belly
take
scratched.
it a nap there,
Hey,
Kinsman.
there it is.
Yeah, once it's belly rubbed, rolls over, now it's purring.
Yeah.
So just like a baby, so we also have some dolls, which we would refer to it as a doll, but somebody who has dementia refers to it as baby. And a baby is also very therapeutic. It brings out a nurturing side of us and just taps into different memories that we've had in the past. These cats are lots of different colors. So we have the gray one here, Meredith Grey. There's black and white. There's the orange tabby. So depending on what somebody might have had, they can take a different one to try. And we also have our little bird here.
It doesn't fall off the table there.
It'll go back.
You're such a compassionate person.
Yeah, I'm a
there,
compassionate.
Kinsman.
I don't want Meredith to fall off and do
Yeah,
a
that's it.
somersault off
They
our
do
table.
have 9 lives, these cats, just like. So this is a walker squawker.
A walker squawker.
This is the bird, the cardinal, and there's also a little bluebird.
We'll get Ronnie to clear the comments for a sec there, Ronnie, before we can see you. There we go.
And it also has a little magnetic band that would go on somebody's walker.
Okay.
And they can just walk around with it, and it'll interact with people as well, depending if they like birds. So we have the birds, babies, and pets that people can have, and it's just easy to turn off. It's going to have a nap now.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah, so those are very therapeutic. A lot of the long-term care homes, actually, you'll see that they use these as well, or people might have them when they're living at home, and then they bring it with them when they move into care. Wow. So
And I see a couple comments. Well, first one, the best thing about these pets, you don't have to clean up after them.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking sometimes if Mark makes a boo-boo, I'm kind of hard on him. He cries in his office. You can use a companion, kids, right? You know, I know it's my fault, but a companion's the way I say
A companion
sorry.
pet?
Yeah, but they
never
are-
talks back, just purrs.
Yeah, better than me.
Look at the.
I'm always talking back, so this companion cat's a lot better than me, kids.
Yeah.
we actually had a booth one year, just before Christmas, and there was a little fellow who came up and he just fell in love with the cat that was there. And so we actually gave the cat to that family, and they gave that to the grandson for Christmas, and he has autism. And so these are good for people who are maybe nonverbal or who have some kind of an issue where they just might respond to a pet. And or you love cats and you can't have a cat anymore because somebody's allergic, you can get
One of the
these.
companion pets.
And it's purring right now. I don't know if you can hear that at all. But if you are soothed by a purr like that, I love that. That makes me think of a little kitten on my lap. And so
Almost makes me
pretty
want to take my regular nap right now. It's so
that's
soothing
it.
there,
Klomp's going to
7
curl
minutes
up
in.
and purr.
Good night.
Right now.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing. And I ask you this question every time you're on, but I'm hoping to see progress. So, you know, we talk about, we're going to chat a little bit about Alzheimer's, but you mentioned autism also. Are we progressing? And I'm not going to use the word acceptance because I don't think that's the right term, but are we more understanding that different people have different needs, and as a society, everyone has the right to be treated fair, equally, and with respect, no matter what's going on in your life? And you probably see a lot of this in the community. You work with people that need assistance in some way. Are we getting better as assisting people, understanding?
I think yes and no.
Okay.
I would say yes, there's less stigma around dementia because more people talk about it. There's also a landmark study that was just released by the Alzheimer Society of Canada, and there's also a dementia strategy that our government is implementing, and so there's money and services and resources that are being implemented both in the province and across the country. But I also think if you are a human being and you read the comments on Facebook about any vulnerable population, we are keyboard warriors, and it's not beautiful to watch. So we constantly can put people down that are different than us and less than us and that are facing struggles, and that does not build community. What builds community is helping people. Your show builds community because you use your platform to reach out and share important information with people. We have training for any kind of an organization, whether it's a restaurant, a business, a store in the mall, a bank, around dementia-friendly community. We can help you understand a little bit more about dementia and what to say. We do have cards that we give to families that it says, my loved one has dementia, so please excuse anything that may be unusual or seem strange to you. And a caregiver can give that to somebody at the bank or can give that to a waitress in a restaurant just to say, please be kind. And really, in this world, that's what we need. We need people just to be kind and to be understanding and to realize that you don't know what somebody else is walking in their life, and you don't know, somebody, you might be rude to me, and I might right away think, geez, what did I do? But it's not about me. It might be about something that's happened to you earlier, and I'm just the closest thing to you. It doesn't make it right. But if we're more understanding and we have more compassion, a lot of things would go away. And, we talk at work about looking for the glimmers in your day. And that's what we really do work with our caregivers and our families. What's the glimmer in today? How did you learn something different? Did you learn a new skill to support your loved one? Did you learn something that, one of the staff modeled in the day program for you if you're frustrated with your loved one who has dementia? And so really looking for glimmers in your everyday life will help you have a better outlook. It'll help you be more understanding of other human beings, and it'll help you be more kind. And so the answer, in short, is yes and no.
Okay. Well, I like a progress,
find those glimmers.
every single time.
in your workday.
It's right. I think that is beautifully said. And, but Brenda was commenting, people are not as compassionate as they used to be.
No.
Which is true, but I like what you said, Tracy, because what I took out of that is, you know, sometimes the smallest gestures go the farthest way. So when I worked in human resources, conflicts in the workplace, we would have to deal with lots. And people would say, well, how to resolve it? Well, why don't you walk in and just say hello to that person to start off? But, you know, examples we're learning here, and thanks to a lot of these beautiful people that are watching tonight who help us with these charity drives we do. We wouldn't be able to do without people helping us. We're just sort of organizing it, but I see a lot of familiar names tonight. People help through financial donations, or they share posts, they comment.
The Glenn Rusenstroms of the world there.
In turn, the people that we help, for example, the gift cards for food. They're $25 gift cards for food, which we know the price of groceries. What's that? A cereal, a bread, and some milk maybe?
A couple of essentials.
But people with that smallest gesture are so appreciative. And you're right. You know, it's not huge, but it's something positive. And I feel like it goes a long way.
And you just have to remember to give that back. You know, if you can help somebody, don't expect anything in return. And if they say, oh, I can give this back to you, just say, pay it forward. Pay it forward someday. That's way better than anything. And it might be that it's just a comment that you make on somebody's Facebook, you know. Hey, I'm really proud of you for doing that. That looks amazing, because some people do share their successes and pressures on Facebook. And, you know, if that's the avenue that somebody wants to use, then let's share that. But let's go back to being good neighbors. You know, we used to know the people that lived on our street, and we used to know that, you know, maybe that husband has dementia because we were outside and we were talking to each other. We maybe don't know that now. And so reaching out to your neighbors and getting to know people and bringing in their garbage bins is a perfect opportunity for them to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I wasn't able to get out there.
Be a helpful neighbor.
That's right. And just talk to people, because that's really what it's about, and that's what we try to do in our work with the Alzheimer Society. We try to build community, and we try to build relationships with people and just support people as they're going through a really challenging time. And we know a diagnosis of dementia is not a short illness. It lasts a long time. Sometimes before they even know that they've had it, they deal with all kinds of struggles. And so it could be 10 years that they're struggling with this disease. And so we try to be there for the family and the caregivers and the children and the grandchildren. And I could talk a lot on my team. Whoever's on here is going to be like, oh,
you can chat.
She's going.
Give shout outs.
Chat as long as you
all you want.
We're on here.
Yeah, please.
And
do.
I did see Joanne made a comment that she's still working on your quilt.
Oh,
it's a
can't wait to
beautiful
see
gesture.
That's amazing. Can't wait to see that.
And that's just
Joanne.
one example. You know, like I said, I'm not exaggerating. You know, the beautiful people that watch our show and support us, they're always first to jump up and help people within their own means. And everyone has different means.
That's right.
And it's not always financially, because not everyone's in that position.
No.
So.
It can be time, talent, energy.
Just a simple
kind
hello.
word.
Just a simple hello.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You say hello. You don't even say hello to me. Anymore,
He probably says,
We're
hey,
4 years
some-
into this. I'm like, hey.
He's trying to be cool now, so he comes in with, he used to be handshake, now he's with the
he used
fist
to come in
bump.
with coffees. Now I'm like, oh, geez. I'm forgetting garbage day now every Tuesday.
Debbie says, can you go one up? Well, actually, let's go back to Sue's comment. Try not to miss too many, but so Sue says, this is why you're great at your job. You don't only talk the talk, but you walk the walk.
the walk.
Yeah, I agree.
That means a lot.
Yeah. And Debbie had commented, Alzheimer's is the longest goodbye.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. We talk about something called ambiguous loss. So it's when you grieve the loss of someone before they're actually gone. And that's what Alzheimer's disease is. You lose the person that you love who's in front of you. But if you think about your history and your past and your memories, you can reminisce with them as long as possible, going back as far as they possibly can go back. And talking about those times and learning from their life if you think about doing it that way. But it really is, you know, it's the longest goodbye for sure.
And one of the things you folks do really well, speaking of the longest goodbye, is that you help support the people who are supporting the individual. Because that's just as taxing. I'm speaking from personal experience. You know, it's hard. That long goodbye is very difficult. But you have to be in the right set of mind, at least the best you can, in order to support that individuals. So you guys offer, you folks offer a lot of support.
And one of the things that we offer that's right in line with what you just said is our adult day program. So our adult day program is a place where, you know, if I'm caring for, shouldn't touch my microphone, sorry. If I'm caring for my loved one at home and I'm tired and I'm burnt out and or maybe I still have to work and there's nowhere for them to be and maybe they're not safe home alone, we offer an adult day program that runs from 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock, 5 days a week in the 101 Mall. It is a secure environment. It is an environment where it's intentional, purposeful activity that is meant to reminisce with them. It is to provide stimulation. We have meals and snacks. They actually had a high tea party the other day on a ladies' day. And it really creates a beautiful experience for the person who's living with the disease. But that's a moment in time for them. The goal of this program is to provide a day of respite for that caregiver.
Yeah,
And to give them that day to tend to maybe appointments that they need to not worry about their loved one wandering away and being at risk of anything.
And just
you know,
time for themselves.
Time for themselves. They could have a nap. It doesn't matter to us what it is that they do with their time as long as they're looking after themselves, because you cannot care for someone who has a long-term illness without looking after yourself. You will burn out. And then you're going to be in the hospital. And then what happens to the person who's living at home? So we really, that's the best program that we can talk about that is a direct benefit to a caregiver, $20 a day. We do have our Blue Bulb campaign. So for January awareness, we had people make a donation towards our Blue Bulbs, which covered 1 day of adult day program for people. So sometimes people can't afford more than 1 day, but they need the extra day. We will offset the costs with that campaign for them to be able to do that. And it's a beautiful thing. We do have an Instagram. Aging to Perfection is the name of our program. And if you look Aging to Perfection on Instagram, you can see some of the things that we do through the day. And the videos and photos are both from the Kappas Casing and the Timmins site. And it's beautiful.
It is a beautiful thing.
Wow, sure is.
Susan, well, we'll go to Joanne's
Let's
comment.
go to Joanne's
That's
comment.
a big
She
one
says-
for you, Kinsman.
She says,
Get to
I was
work here."
waiting for my raise to be done today and was talking to others waiting, and they said I should be a door greeter at Walmart because I'm so friendly. I said the reason I'm friendly is I'm retired and work for myself, LOL.
There you go.
No boss.
And then Susan, one down there, Ronnie.
What's Susan saying there? She says, father of 3 of his brothers and his sister have suffered this terrible disease.
Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of familial Alzheimer's disease, but it isn't necessarily actually familial. So it just might mean that there was lifestyle that played into maybe the onset of Alzheimer's disease. The actual familial content, so having it be in your DNA, and you know, because my mother had it, I'm going to have it, is only about 5%. So, and it's usually more the early onset that happens. So really there's 12 modifiable lifestyle risk factors that you can modify to keep yourself healthy. And, you know, what's good for your heart is good for your brain. So, you know, if you think about that, I don't want to get prescriptive, but really, you know, if people are interested in that or more information on prevention and risk factors, they can give our office a call or they can come in. We have lots of
Come visit, yeah.
come visit.
And
yeah.
again, top
In
floor,
person.
101 Mall,
Yeah.
Suite
Yeah.
207. And again, look at Nicole's
Suite
comment there.
107. 107.
107,
It's-
pardon
the
me.
mo- The 101 Mall is very confusing,
Yeah.
and so we are Suite 107,
Yeah.
but the suites are on the top floor.
Yeah.
The main floor is units, and they're unit numbers,
Ah.
and they're number 2, and then in the basement they're unit but a 1.
Ah.
So we used
Right.
to be unit
I'm
107 in
confused
the
because you're on the
basement.
second floor.
Now we're Suite
It's
107. in the top.
107.
You're the first person
Upstairs.
to ever explain it because,
Yeah.
Yes.
you know, I sent Mark to the 101 Mall to get his coffee, and he came back 8 hours later. I thought he was taking
That I
a
was
nap,
trying to
but really, he
trying to
just got
find the
lost.
Alzheimer's
So
Society. Yeah.
Very-
please accept my apology.
Very
Kinsman.
understandable. There's often times we give people direction in the mall because there's the signage isn't great and the numbering is very confusing.
But you were right there, Mark, because you're mentioning.
like Nicole said,
Nicole's comment.
she didn't even know the adult day program even existed, and that program
Yeah.
does exist
It
again.
does. It used to be at the long-term care home. It used to be at the Golden Manor.
Yeah.
And then they realized it actually isn't the fit for the mandate of services that they offer, and it is a fit for the services that we offer. And so we took that over. It'd be almost 2 years in April. And it's busy and it's amazing. Like I please hope if you have Instagram, go check out Aging to Perfection. So it's aging_to_perfection.
And you already got
check
a
it out.
link from one of your amazing
Yeah,
staff.
there's the
perfect.
link there from
Caroline.
Caroline.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
on top of
She
things.
beat Ronnie
on the,
to it.
on the
Yeah.
thread tonight. Yeah, she's
That's right.
taking over.
Well, we
Ronnie's
didn't give
job
Ronnie
tonight.
that link.
No, we didn't give him. In all fairness
No.
to Ronnie, he did
That's
not
right.
have that link.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. But Ronnie's on top of the other thing we're going to chat about soon. Don't need to apologize, Ronnie. We never prepared you with that.
We
Yeah.
threw it at him.
Carm says, my dad had dementia, very hard to see and watch your loved ones go through this.
Yeah, sure
oh,
is.
yeah, that's
is.
very true.
Yeah. And I mean, again, that's what we're there for. Often people think that when they come to the Alzheimer Society, they're coming for their loved one who has dementia. And that's true in a part, but really we are here to support the family and the caregiver and the neighbor and the friends who are going through this, who don't know what to expect. We have a great learning series for families to be able to take. It's actually, we have it recorded on YouTube, and so if you're a client and you want that support, you would get the links from our First Link staff, and you can watch that together as a family and have conversations. We do conferences with families where they all get together, and it's usually done virtually because people are scattered, and the staff will sit and explain the disease to them, and so everybody has the same information, and we really do just try to help problem solve, and we know around some of the corners of what the problems could be moving ahead, and so we give people the resources and information to
Do you,
fix that.
I'm sure your group supports this, but just on like, at the very end, and once again, I draw from my personal experience. This was obviously very difficult for me because it was my mother, but I didn't handle it well because I didn't know how to properly support her near the end. I was fighting with the doctors to do more prescriptions and more this and more that because that's my mom. But, you know, I eventually, you know, I wasn't helping her say goodbye.
Have the best quality
And
of life.
obviously saying goodbye is not easy, no matter who it is and when it is or where it is. But do you provide support to families when it comes to that process? And
So it depends where they're living when that happens. So if somebody's living in long-term care, generally it's a long-term care home that would provide that support. It doesn't mean that we wouldn't be there with resources, but we try to prepare people before it gets there. So one of our modules that's in the learning series is end of life, and what does that look like, and how can you provide that experience that your loved one wants. And we really talk about pre-planning. So what is it that if I have a diagnosis of dementia, I want to pre-plan with my spouse and my children now for what I want that to look like later on. And, you know, at what point do I want there to be no more intervention taken? And do I want a do not resuscitate order? And when is that I want that? So now you as a family know my wishes. And you don't have to worry when it gets to that point that you have decisions that you need to make that are, it's really hard to make a decision to stop care for your loved one. It's really hard.
Yes.
And if I can say anything, give yourself a little bit of grace for doing things that maybe you would do differently now that you know different. But then you know what you know, and it's your parent, it's your grandparent. You want to hold on to the person who you remember so long. Right? We don't want them to not be here. No. But so we try to work with families to pre-plan that ahead of time and to work with the person who has a disease to make the decisions that they want to have happen. And it takes a lot of pressure off the rest of the family when it does come to be that time.
Right. And again, you need the respect. You need to respect their wishes.
That's right.
I don't want to miss, we're getting a lot of great comments here, and I'm trying not to miss any. Ronnie, can you just scroll up a little bit? There's a couple okay, so first, Michelle.
From MJ there.
Well, yeah, MJ is a great comment.
MJ says, hi everyone, came on late. My father has it and has had other issues before diagnosis.
Yeah. And again, sometimes people do a lot to mask their disease, or they have a spouse who's really good at picking up the pieces. So, you know, I might put my keys in the freezer and forget that they're there. My husband would see them and just hang them back where they would go, wouldn't say anything, wouldn't talk to my kids about that. And so that tends to happen quite often in a couple, especially if they've been together for a long time. Somebody will just do it and not say anything to anybody else. So it goes hidden for quite some time. Sometimes other illnesses, so you might have a stroke and then you have vascular dementia as a result of a stroke. And so there could be other complicating factors that do play into dementia. So it's definitely a lot happens before.
And Michelle, hello, Michelle. My dad has cancer. And on top of it, he is now placed due to Alzheimer's. So once again, this, it will never be easy.
No, it's
but
never easy.
You hopefully you recognize that you do have support in the community. People hopefully have a circle of family and friends, but not everyone has that. So, if you have it, sometimes we take it for granted, but not, some people are alone, and there are supports in the community. Like the great work they're doing at the Alzheimer Society. And like I said, they come visit, they can give you a call, and accept the help you want, but it doesn't hurt.
Nope. And it's self-directed, if, especially in today's day and age, we really find people just want a phone call or they want a virtual appointment, whether we use Zoom or Teams, whatever they want. People are more willing to have that quick kind of a conversation and ask their questions. And they might call and speak to one of the team for one time for an hour, and then we don't hear from them for a long time, and we do a follow-up call, and they're like, no, I'm good. But then another year and a half passes, and there's maybe new symptoms and new challenges that they're going through, and so they reach back out again. And like I said, we're there for every stage and every single thing that you go through. If we don't have the answers, we will do our very best to find the answers.
Laura Joan has a great comment there.
Yeah, Lorna says, hello,
Lorna,
everyone.
sorry.
I was a healthcare provider and cared for Alzheimer patients in the hospital setting. This is a very sad disease as the family slowly watching their loved one lose their memories of them and no longer recognize them, but are still with them. Many times they look the same, but are no longer present with them mentally.
And that's the ambiguous loss that I was talking about. You lose the person who's in front of you, but yet they're still there. So you've lost that connection. And I'm going to share a really great story that our adult day program manager, Sylvie Tremblay, said the other day. So she was working in long-term care before, and the woman that was in the home, her husband would come visit, but he was her second husband, and she didn't recognize him. And her memories of her first husband were not great memories, and so she would think that this gentleman that was coming was her first husband. And so Sylvie had the idea to put a doctor's jacket and a stethoscope, and he would just put that on, and he was a doctor, and he would be able to go in and spend time with his wife in a very positive way, and she would talk to him, about the things that she was concerned about and about how she was feeling, and he was able to spend time with his wife in the now without worrying that she didn't know him, because that would be really challenging, right? She doesn't remember me, and she thinks I'm this other person who wasn't great to her. And that's the beautiful thing about the work that we do, is we can kind of see how to make a way for you to build that connection and maintain that connection. And that I have to share that story that Sylvie told, because it really,
It's incredible.
what a beautiful way for that husband to still be able to spend time with his wife, whether she knows him or not. And so
Still gives
That's
that precious time together.
That's an
It
amazing
does.
example,
Yeah, it is.
actually. Yeah. Customized to everyone's needs.
because everybody's different, and every person who has dementia has it differently. When you've met one person with dementia, you've met one person. Nobody's exactly the same. No trajectory of the disease is
suffer
exactly
differently.
the same.
Yeah.
They live with it differently. Yeah, and we try really to not use the word suffer, because that is it's a negative connotation, and we want to, they live with it. People live with all kinds of diseases, and we want them to live the best that they can. And so we really try to build on that. So I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm actually glad you said that, because that's something that we hear a lot, and we hear it in, the government of Canada says, oh, people suffering with dementia.
That's what they say.
But the people are living with dementia, just like they're living with autism, and they're living with diabetes, and they're living with cancer. Not beautiful, not fun, but they're living with it.
And that's where your organization comes into
right.
play, where you can help manage, the people living with dementia and Alzheimer's and their family members to get through these hurdles. And again, a lot of people didn't know these, different programs exist, which they do. And, anybody can, access them at the 101 Mall. You can find you online. And again, you cover
can
the...
find us on Facebook, on Instagram, we
all
have
the
our
socials.
website. Yeah.
They're on more socials than us there, Kisbin. Okay, so you scroll up a little bit, Ronnie, because go back to the live comment. If you scroll up a little. Okay, so Debbie's comment. Go ahead.
No, you want to go? No, you go.
Oh, you're just being kind because Tracy's here.
I'm gonna put
Because
your eyes on.
she gave you a compliment on one of your comments, and now you're on a roll
I'm
tonight.
going to test your eyes today.
Oh,
Here,
God,
let's
okay.
try them out.
So hello, Debbie. I worked with a gentleman in the nursing home who became very aggressive, family was so devastated. So one day I showed up with a baby doll, and it was a complete change in his personality. And the family thanked me for bringing back their dad. Oh, thank you for sharing
100%.
that. Yeah.
100%.
Beautiful.
And that's an example of something. So some families say, I don't want you to give my loved one a toy, because in their mind it's a toy. And if somebody who has dementia doesn't necessarily see it the same way, they wouldn't see that as a toy. They would see that as a pet. And they would, all the love that they have, they would give to that pet. And it's the same with the babies. Some of these babies, if you didn't know it wasn't a real live baby, it looks like a baby, it feels like a baby, it's got weight to it, it's got clothes on, and the nurturing part of us taps into that. And I think that's a really beautiful example of how you can provide something, a tool, a resource to redirect a behavior that's challenging. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll get Ronnie to scroll up a little bit. There's so many great
comments coming in tonight.
Good
I have
comments.
lots of reading tonight, basically.
Scroll
You're
down a
telling
little
me.
bit there, Ronnie. Okay.
Joanne says, I'm so fortunate it hasn't hit any of my relatives yet, and hope it never does.
And the other great, he skipped over the other Joanne, because we got to say hello to the other Joanne.
Joanne Savard is there. It's a very sad disease. It certainly
really
is.
Yes.
I love to listen to her speak. She's very easy to listen to. You got a very comforting
Very
voice.
comforting voice.
I feel like Tracy could give us an audio book at night there, Kinsman.
I could.
Because
be
we're
awesome.
we're very hyper people. Sometimes we need the calming voice.
That's it. Or a companion pet.
Yeah.
When they pass, it's like losing them for the second time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is. Can you go to M's comment? It was right below Joanne's there, Ronnie. Can you scroll up? We'll do some coaching on the line.
There's M's there.
Yeah.
M says, Lorna's comment makes me tear up. My father, once in a while, forgets where he places his food. Sometimes things are found in odd places, but he still knows us at the moment.
That's really special that he still knows you, and cherish all of those moments, because you don't know when that's going to change, and we all don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So for any of us.
I know there was another comment that said you learn to adapt to their memories.
Yep.
And that's that is a great comment. One of the things I hope other families struggle with this, or else I'm going to feel silly, but I definitely struggled with this. When dementia first hit my mother, she'd be like, well, we're going shopping to Duluth today. So Duluth is Thunder Bay, right? It's a town close to Thunder Bay. It's like Timmins, Sudbury.
Yeah.
Most people probably know that. And at first, before we knew anything, hey, Mom, what are you talking? We're not going to Duluth. But we're not going to Duluth today. We're staying home. We're having breakfast. But this aggravated her. And my mom was referring to a lot of family memories when we used to go to Duluth on family trips. And through coaching through the support systems in Thunder Bay, very similar to the awesome work you're doing here, they had coached us to adapt to the memories. That's actually the term that they use. And yes,
start
we're
saying you are going to Duluth.
or we had a wonderful time.
Right.
Because they're focusing on something that may have happened in the past, but it's bringing it was bringing her comfort, and I'm sure you hear similar stories.
And
like
you were inadvertently triggering her because you were trying to be honest and be like, no, Mom, we're not going, but really just living in the moment with exactly where they are at that moment. It's okay. It's okay to do that, and it's not wrong. You're not being dishonest. You're just providing the comfort and minimizing the possibility of there being some kind of an outlash or a lash out from them, because you're correcting them. And also being a son and watching your mother have a disease that you can't help, and it's really challenging, especially you're young, right, to have had that, and we don't know how to handle that, and that's your mom. She's the superhero, your mom. Moms are invincible. I'm invincible, I'm telling you. And so if I ever get sick, that will be really hard for my kids to see. And my mom too. My mom's 72 and she's walks everywhere. She's more fit than I am, and she's quick and she's smart. And if she ever has anything like that, you have to really check yourself and adjust your own expectations to what they're going through, and get the support you need, because you're the one who's dealing with all of the outcome.
I think I found it, Well, this is very. I give a lot of examples about myself because it's very personal to me. Don't mean to take things over again, there, Kinsman. But Kinsman's very fortunate to have his mom around. She's a big supporter.
Yes.
Very envious of him. But his mom's always the first to love everything we do. So he's a lucky man. But it's also important to share laughs. Obviously, this is very serious and it's a very difficult time. But find the moments to laugh when you can.
Absolutely.
You know, what's the old saying? Laughter is the best medicine.
It's the
Yeah. So my mom
Best
got
way
very
to
good
cure
at
anything.
using a cell phone for some weird reason through this process.
That is
But
good.
on a side note, my mom and my dad were married for 50 years, very loyal to each other, but she thought my dad was having an affair with a young blonde woman. I'm like, he couldn't be so lucky. But she kept messaging, sending us pictures of like a Pam Anderson
Oh,
and
no.
that, right?
Oh,
And
no.
we got a little bit of a chuckle out of that. I found, like, not every day we're laughing, obviously, but we found the times where we could. Those were good days.
And you have to do that. You have to live in the moment. If something's funny, it's funny. It's okay for you to laugh and to have some enjoyment and, you know, think about funny things that happened when in a time that they remember and share that laugh because that's an emotional memory. And emotional memories is what lasts for longer. So yeah, it's absolutely okay to laugh. And you know, while we're talking about laughing and having fun, why don't we talk about our walk, which is what I'm all geared up
IG
for.
Wealth
Now Ronnie
Management
can get the
walk.
link ready too.
Yeah.
Yes, coming up
Yes.
again. This is one of the main reasons you wanted to use
Yes.
this slot.
Yes.
May 25th, mark it off on the calendar. It's a Saturday.
That's right.
And again, this
Saturday.
year, it's at Hollinger Park.
So not again this year. Last year it was at Gillies. This
Yeah.
year it's at Hollinger.
Well,
So we're
yeah, for the first
switching
time,
it up.
switching up the
Yeah,
venue.
Yeah, so we actually have 3 walks, 3 locations all in one day. So there's a walk in Kapuskasing at the high school, and I'm not going to say the name because I'll butcher it. There's a walk in Timmins at Hollinger Park, and there's a walk in Temiskaming at the Algonquin Park area of the boardwalk. And so the link that we're going to share that's on your screen, if you click on that link, it actually brings you to our landing page where you can choose the walk that you want to sign up for. And that page also is going to be a total rounder-upper of how many walkers we have, how much money we've raised, and how many teams we have. And we really, last year was the first time that we had 3 really great successful walks. We raised over $20,000 last year.
lot
We
of
want
money.
to double that this year. We want this to be our signature event. And so save the date, May the 25th. Registration, you can register online. I made sure, I worked really hard. All the links are live and our 3 websites are live today. And they will be updated a little bit as we go. But you can register for your team now. You can start fundraising now. You can share the information. There will be some perks of some kind. We're not sure yet if we're going to do T-shirts or if we're going to do fanny packs maybe this year.
yes.
Or my buff like I have on.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
I
have still a little bit of planning. It's a little bit early to have all the details in place, but the website is there. It's live, and we really, save the date, come out.
Start putting a team together now and
yep.
start maybe fundraising between now
Absolutely.
and May, and we could just, get to that goal of yours to
right.
double.
That's right.
Last year's
And
20,000.
the money that we raised goes to buy these things like this. We buy. I think the last time we ordered 30 pets roughly. We only have a couple left, and most of them have been given to families.
Yeah,
and so
beautiful.
we try to provide the resources at no cost to the families. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah. So come on out.
Very worthwhile cause,
Yeah,
and again,
we have a
put
great
that
time.
team together.
Yeah, that's right. It is an amazing event. We've been privileged to be a part of it for a couple of years now, Kinsman. So.
Yeah, we're looking
We
forward to it
decided
again.
to do Hollinger Park this year because of the pathway
Yeah.
that's there. It's a little more accessible. We find that at Gillies Lake, great trail, but there's a bit of a hill and it's a little bit long for some people. And so it'll keep everybody a little more contained, and hopefully we'll have some great music. And we ideally would like to have booths from other healthcare organizations. So, maybe the Manor would be there. IG Wealth definitely will have a booth. And so, yeah, our sponsor, national sponsor, we can't forget to do a shout out
Yeah,
to them.
they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah. What a great speaker, Joanne says. Yeah, we're fortunate to have the best guests.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a break. Let's thank our beautiful partners and sponsors.
Including Alzheimer Society.
Yes.
Yes.
And your fine folks at the 101 Mall. And again, courtesy of Gerona's Board and Kelly Lawyers, another amazing sponsor, because without them, you wouldn't have
We
been
wouldn't be
picked
here. That's right.
to be here for Boost Your Business.
That's right.
Here we go. And we'll come back and, this
Draw for Meredith Gray.
Meredith
Meredith
Gray
Gray.
was going to find a new home here shortly there, Kinsman.
Yes. Where's Meredith going? We'll find out right after this.
Save the date with your Downtown Timmins BIA for Saturday, February 24th for Carnival Day. Indoor winter markets at the old Tweed and Hickory location. Climbing fun as well from 10 to 3. And some outdoor fun along 3rd Avenue, including fire pits, roasting marshmallows, emergency vehicles, and more from 11 to 2. And even beaver tails from 11 to 7. And February is kindergarten registration month with your Northeastern Catholic District School Board. Register your child now at ncdsb.on.ca or call a school to book a tour. And all teams are now in tune-up mode for the 15th annual Mushkegowuk Cup, the biggest Indigenous hockey tradition in the North, and it hits the city the weekend of February 16th through 18th. And rent a bin today with Frank Rubino at Rubino's Petro Can in the 8, 15, and 30-yard sizes, perfect for your next reno or next big move. Call Frank today to get your quote, 705-288-8027. And for walk-in nail trims, canine enrichment classes, and more, you go to the Wizard of Paws Professional Pet Grooming here in your downtown. Inquire about their puppy senior sessions today, and also stop in for dog treats, 705-288-8660, or go see them, located at 220 3rd Avenue. Your local hockey shop, full-service bike shop, and ski shop in the North is O'Reilly's Source for Sports. Go see Riley Heffernan today for some great deals like Smith helmets. They're on sale now for 30% off. Also bring in your skates for a sharpen on their Elite Blade technology. It's the same precision the pros use. Located at the corner of Highway 655 and Highway 101 West. For all the hottest events, you need to follow TFEC online. Girls' Night Out is completely sold out, but stay tuned for ticket details on Beer Fest coming up in April, Rock on the River in July, and Rock and Roll Bingo in October. For all the details, follow them now, TimmonsFestivals.com. And boost your business with Gerona's Board and Kelly Lawyers and win free advertising on our show like the Alzheimer's Cochrane-Temiskaming did. They want you to save the date for May 25th for their IG Wealth Management Walk for Alzheimer's. And big news on the celebrity guests coming to this year's TimminsCon 2024 just around the corner. Make sure you follow the Northern Ontario Expo online to stay tuned for all the details at northernontarioexpo.com. Get connected with She's Connected with Mel and Mel. Have these ladies work for you with speaking engagements and how to grow your business. Follow these ladies online now at she'sconnected.ca. And for Vegas-style games 7 days a week, it's Jackpot Time Timmins. Open 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday, located at 251 1st Avenue. For that next house deal, you call Albert Seal to have him seal your deal with Royal LePage Northern Realty Leaders. Inquire about this latest listing now, 15 Cody Avenue East, on sale for $219,900, 705-465-3493. And the Stormers still on the road this week, but back to the Just Jordan Arena next Saturday night, February the 17th, 7 p.m. when they take on the Hearst Lumberjacks. And this week at Imagine Cinemas, it's the Beekeeper, Mean Girls, and Argyle. For tickets and showtimes, go online to ImagineCinemas.com. 2 games for your Porcupine Gold Kings this week as they take on the Schumacher Cubs Thursday at the Whitney Arena at 8. And then Friday night, they'll take on the Timmins Flyers, 7 p.m. at the Barn. And the PMHA want to give a shout-out to the Gold Kings and the Junior Kings as they both try to finish off the regular seasons in fine style. Both squads hold very impressive records thus far. She's the producer of Sportsman Channel Canada and Just Hunt Inc., Amanda Lynn Mayhew. And this weekend, it's the 2024 SOPO Winter Carnival. Join us, KINZ and KLOMP, for the opening ceremonies Friday night, 6 p.m. at the Northern College Cafeteria. For your dream home, you call Jessica Gervais at Royal LePage Northern Realty Leaders. Check out all her latest listings now at Jessica Gervais at royallepage.ca, like this starter home at 394 Elm Street for $239,000. Something fun for everyone at Midtown Bowl. Rock and Bowl, pizza party packages, family deals, mad games, the fun zone, and more. Book your alley now, 705-267-3500. Hair thinning? Call Louise LaFond at Look 140 today because she can fix it. Book a consult now, 705-267-8566, or go see her services and products online at look140.ca. Your Timmins Majors hit the road for 2, then back to the Max Sunday for an afternoon battle against the Sioux Junior Greyhounds at 1:30. And Dare Timmins wants to send you to Imagine Cinemas for the rest of the month. Email them today, daretimmons@gmail.com. Say, hey, I want to go to the movies. 4 winners will be drawn every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Limit 4 tickets per family. And for residential commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed, it's DAP Cleaning Solutions. Call Andrew N for your free quote now, 705-465-3500.
You got a question about the DARE winners?
Yeah, the DARE winners. Big shout out to DARE Timmons. Again, they are giving away tickets. For those interested, all you have to do is email them at daretimmons@gmail.com. And Francine will do a draw every Wednesday night at 6 like they did tonight. And again, we want to say congratulations to, we got them on our big whiteboard, Danny Nove, Pee Show, Mackenzie Belanger, and Amy King. All pick up their free admit ones to the movie. So they get 4 passes, and again, 2 adult, 2 children, or, you know.
Wow, so each of those people wins that.
They
That's
win
amazing.
a free ticket to the movies.
Very cool.
Awesome.
There you
So
go.
each person wins 4 passes?
Well, 4 passes each, yes.
Yeah. So that's 16 if I do
That's
my
16
math. So
tickets we just gave away.
We're going to announce it every Wednesday night, and we'll post it tomorrow morning.
We'll post it tomorrow morning, yes.
Okay.
And again,
So-
Francine's reaching out to every one of the winners. And again, just dropped off our movie passes tonight, all of them. So again, 16 every Wednesday till the end of the month.
So like you mentioned this morning, originally it was email DARE, and we'll give you some free movie passes.
But
So
they were bombarded with thousands of emails.
Yeah, well, no doubt.
And, you know, everybody wants to go to the movies.
And it's
So,
expensive to go out with your family, so I don't blame people, you know, to go anywhere, to bring out a family. So that's awesome of DARE. So
It is.
this is a way they thought they'd give everyone
Give back in the month of
opportunity.
February. And again, in March, it's going to be a free swim. So details on that coming up after we take you to the movies
We're
first.
going to be swimming at camp in March, Kinsman. I invited Mark out all summer out the camp.
Well,
and he
we're
turned me
gonna make
down
it out to your
every
camp.
time. Well, last summer, yeah.
Yeah, we're
I should
we're
come
coming.
every time.
We're coming out.
Because you know who I camp with? Tracy right
Yes,
there.
yes. You guys
Almost,
are-
you know, so many people in this community that camp out there,
You
Kinsman.
probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably
It's,
would.
but it's a beautiful thing. Okay, was there anything that you'd like to mention that we missed?
Yeah, so I'll mention a couple of things. Our phone number, if people want to call us, that's really important. So he's putting it up now, 705-268-4554. That's a local number, but we also have a toll-free number. So for people who don't live in Timmins and they don't want to call long distance, they can dial 1-844-288-4554. And so it's toll-free, it goes directly to us. So that's one thing I want to mention. Also, we're going to be at the Home Show and the Sportsman Show, and we have a new way that people can make a donation. So we're going to have that tap ticks, I want to say, but that's not what it is.
Tactic.
Something like that. Anyway, it's a thing that'll be on our desk, and you can just tap your card, and you can make your donation that way. So,
Okay.
you know, especially nowadays, people don't tend to carry cash. And, so I just think it's really great that Girona's lawyers did this so that
Yeah,
we can,
they're awesome
you know,
over there.
have this free day of advertising, and we really hope that people register and come to our walks and participate. And the movies is really great because you're getting out, you're creating a memory, you're doing something different, and then swimming is physical. So that's a really
Yeah,
great
we
shout-out
love
to
DARE.
them.
They're great
amazing.
partners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
they'll
do.
be one of the booths at the walk because
Yeah,
they
they
Maybe.
can definitely
they
set
bring
up
a
a
lot
booth.
of joy in the community.
Yes.
Did Ronnie get the 800 number right? Can you
Let's
post
see
that
there.
again, Ronnie?
Yeah, post the
The
1-800.
1-800.
844-288-4454.
Correct.
All right.
Good for you,
Ronnie,
Ronnie.
you're on the ball, buddy.
I didn't have to. Like, he's celebrating it there. He's gonna want to raise.
Yeah, don't
now.
get too excited. He's going to knock out one of the plugs back there. All right.
Good work, Ronnie. Okay, so companion pet
Pet time.
Meredith
Gray.
is going home.
Meredith, yes.
That's
and it's, Meredith could be going to the Super Bowl Sunday or going to someone's lap tonight.
All right.
And
so
again,
roll that wheel of
roll
winning.
the wheel of winning.
Good luck.
And
Good
the wheel is flying around
We'll
tonight.
find out
there,
where this
Kinsman.
companion pet is going. The cat, Meredith.
Colin.
Colin Beaulieu.
Yeah.
Congrats,
Colin.
Colin.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so now, question, how does Colin get in touch with you for this
I
companion
mean, he
pet?
can get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Or
He's-
you can just pick it up here?
Yeah, he can pick
or
it
we
up
drop
here.
it off?
Yeah, we have
Where?
a box, so it can go in the box. There's a brush that goes with it, and don't keep it in the box, though. Get it out. Again, definitely you can turn it on and off. You can turn off the meow if you don't like the meow. But yeah, and if somebody wants to make a donation so that we can purchase more, they can just call up our office and we can walk you through that.
You can clear that screen now, Ronnie.
Congrats, Colin.
Yeah,
we'll get in
congrats-
touch with you right
congrats
after
to
the show
Colin.
here.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, we'll get in touch with them. And if Colin doesn't, if maybe Colin knows someone that can use it, maybe they don't need it at this point in time.
Yeah.
He can always, like we were saying
Pay it
tonight,
forward.
Pay it forward. It's your choice, but it's a beautiful thing. That's right.
It is.
So before we go, I just want to say thank you to you both, because you providing this platform is an opportunity for me to bring hard conversations and maybe inspire somebody to bring a little piece of that home and to talk to their family, to talk to their loved ones, to talk about what would happen if they got dementia and what that looks like in the future for them. And, having hard conversations is really important, and you just provide the space for us to do that, and so thank you to you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome back anytime. Again, you
that.
say it's
I'll see
your
you
fourth
next
time.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's
hey,
it. Next
Kinsman,
Wednesday.
First of all, we appreciate that.
Yes,
Number
we
two,
do.
we love compliments.
Yeah, we love having you
try.
on. We love the Alzheimer Society, and
Yeah.
again, everything
Yeah, beautiful
that
people.
you ladies and gents do over there. It's phenomenal work. And again, we're so proud to be part of it now. This will be our third year being part
And
of
we'll
this
see
summer.
everybody at the IG Wealth Management.
Yes,
There it is.
you
Alzheimer's.
will.
There we go. And no racing me this time, Kinsman. It's for fun.
It's for fun. It's usually me telling that to Klomp. You beat your own kids at mini golf.
All right. All right. We're going to say goodbye to Meredith.
All right. Bye, Meredith. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
ถ้าเธอโมอย่าพึ่งกลับนะคะถ้าเธอโมอย่าพึ่งหลับนะจ๊ะถ้าเธอโซเซหนักนั่งสักพักอย่าพึ่งขับเดี๋ยวจะหลับนะเอาใจเธออาจจะลอยอยู่เธอเมาอาการมันคนลุกสู้อยากจะเตือนให้เธอรู้เวลาเมาและน่าดุเดี๋ยวเธอขับรถชนประตูฉันเป็นห่วงเธอจริงนะ